Enthusiasm in the Bay Area on campus in Berkeley for Pac-12 women's gymnastics. Today at Haas Pavilion, number 7 Cal takes on number 21 Arizona State. Golden Bears are shining to start the season, still undefeated, and those robust numbers that you see add up to a top 10 ranking. Hi everybody, I'm Brian Weber, pleased to be joined by Amanda Borden, the Olympic gold medalist. It is great to have you with us. Amanda, this should be a very compelling meet. Arizona State is a program on the rise. Cal solidifying its standing as a true national power.
That's right. Both of these teams are coming off season best. We had a chance to talk to the Cal coaches, and they said this is the deepest team they have ever had on all 4 events, so it's going to be exciting to watch.
Undeniably, Cal's lineup is filled with marquee performers led by Andy Lee. She's having a spectacular season.
Well, she's a 3-time All-American, and they describe her as consistent and dominant. She's had 8 wins already, 7 scores of 9-9 or better. She has beautiful artistry, form, and combine that with power, making her the top all-arounder for this Cal team.
There is a lot to like about Arizona State as well. Emily White's been putting it all together.
Well, we have watched her gain confidence every single year. She's hardworking, focused, and she has a calmness to her gymnastics, which has helped her be a solid leader and contributor on the mat, winning 5 titles, and also helping this Arizona State team steadily improve every single meet.
Last year at Tempe, Arizona State pulled off the upset win over Cal. Bears have a chance for payback today. Cal starts on vault, ASU begins on bars. Sun Devils and Golden Bears straight ahead on Pac-12 Network. Gymnastics is presented by Sprouts Farmers Market, the official grocer of the Pac-12. And brought to you by Clean Simple Eats, elevating life, food and fitness. And by Watch Sports, the official live event guide of the Pac-12. Download today. We're back in Berkeley, inside historic Haas Pavilion, the former Harmon Gym, getting set for Cal and Arizona State. Golden Bears 8-0 overall, as mentioned, undefeated as well in Pac-12 competition. Arizona State 4-3, 1-1 in the conference. Going back to last year, ASU should have a great deal of confidence, handing the Bears their first defeat of the year on the second to last day of February. As ASU cracked 197, they've yet to get to that significant mark this year. The best score coming a week ago in their latest victory, making 7 in a row over their in-state rival Arizona in the Territorial Cup Series. ASU went 196.8. As for Cal, a glittering array of numbers and so many superlatives. Second place for the second consecutive year of the Pac-12 championships last year. 197.425, best ever score in the Pac-12 championships. Here's the lineup with California at number 16 in the nation on the table, averaging better than 49. You have to have a best event, you have to have a worst event. I'm not great at math. Statistically, this is the most challenging for Cal. Still, it speaks to how well-rounded the roster is at number 16 in the nation.
Well, they have a lot of potential still on this event. They have 3 strong vaults to start, and then depth and difficulty comes at the back part of this lineup. If you talk to all coaches at this point in the season, they're really focusing in on cleaning up their landings, because the judges watch the same vaults over and over. It's going to be about how high they go, how far they go, and how clean they are on those landings.
And that's precisely what Liz Crandall-Howe and husband Justin told us before the meet, our conversation during the week. And fittingly, we'll start with the performer we highlighted at the start of the broadcast. Andy Lee has been magnificent in terms of the details in this discipline, coming off a 9.825 last week. 9-9, week 2, matching a career high.
Chico layout full. She makes gymnastics look easy. She's tight and strong, but she has this power and float to her gymnastics. She had a little leg separation on the table. I always say you have to really put into play what the judges see in those moments and their angle of the vaults.
For Arizona State, number 16 in the nation on bars, this is their best event with Gracie Reeves leading off. The senior from Phoenix will see her in 3 events, everything but the floor today.
Release combination right here at the beginning of the routine. High flying Jaeger, perfect position. Down to the low bar, a little too far though. She wasn't able to keep her feet up on the glide swing, so that'll be a 3/10 mistake. Winding up, finishes the routine though with a beautiful double layout. That's too bad. That is a tough start. She's in this position as a leadoff because she's consistent. But right here, this Jaeger was great. Watch as she does what's called the shoot over. She goes too far. She wasn't able to get those feet through, and so when the feet hit the mat, it's not a full fall, but it is a deduction.
Season 9-8-5. Unfortunately, Gracie was wobbly last week against Arizona. 9-8-5 lead to get Cal underway. Here is Maddie Williams, the freshman from nearby Vacaville, coming off a 9-8 last week against the Stanford Cardinals.
Beautiful. Nice control on that landing right between those white lines. That is a good reminder. The judges are looking for not just how high it goes and how far, but also making sure they're straight behind the table. She does that because she comes off the table in nice laid out position before she wraps into the twist right there. Beautiful line in the air.
Was a late addition to the lineup last week. Knew she'd be competing today, and there's that Bears head, a moment of celebration anytime a Cal performer is locked in. Sienna Samali awaits permission to start as we wait the score on Gracie Reeves. Sienna, the junior from Chandler, Arizona, the Valley of Sun. 9-6 again, so the issues continue for Reeves. Clearly the score that ASU looks to drop. This is the only event for Sienna this afternoon. She has put together back-to-back 9-7-7-5s.
She has a beautiful line, also performs a Jaeger right here at the beginning of the routine. Nice, directly to that low bar. Did a great job of holding her feet up there. Exact same routine almost as we saw from Gracie Reeves. She'll wrap it up with a double layout. Beautiful landing. I didn't want to say anything, Brian, but I actually coach Sienna.
Okay, now you can.
Yes, I was holding my breath on the athletes that I coach, but I coached her since she was just a little thing. So to watch her, really blossom into a beautiful college gymnast is so fun.
Williams even better than Lee. Here is Casey Brown, her only event, the sophomore from Los Altos here in the San Francisco Bay Area.
Another strong vault. She's actually been competing a 1.5 twist. I think she had some struggles on it in the last few meets, so they've opted to go a little easier, take out that half twist, and focus on amplitude, power, and confidence, because doing a great vault is always important in building confidence. Beautiful form in the air. You can see a lot of potential there to upgrade.
No question, and she was a late scratch last week, so that's her third vault of the year. Best score came week 2 of the Wasatch Classic, a 9-7-5. Next up, after Samley was able to rebound, Reeves, the wobbly beginning with a 9-7-7-5. Here's Jada Mangahas. We'll see her in 3 events, everything but the beat.
Next work in the giant blank hike Jaeger. So far we've seen 3 of the exact same combinations. When I talked to head coach Jay Santos, he said we're focusing on the details. They have some solid bar routines. It's hitting those handstands and sticking the landings, and that was great right there.
And Jay, understandably, savoring that moment. Jada, for her best 9-8-7-5. She too had a shaky routine last week. Didn't break a 9-6.
These details, hitting vertical lines every single time. Nice work there. And then the exclamation point to a bar routine is the landing. Full twisting double back. She knew exactly where she was and locked it in.
Season best for Jada, 9-8-5. We'll see if she's in the vicinity. Brown, solid 9-8-2-5. There's the 5-time All-American, Nevaeh D'Souza, one of 5 all-arounders for Cal today.
And I mentioned the back part of their lineup performing more difficulty. Your Jayco 1.5 twist that starts from a 10.0. It's more difficult because it's a blind landing. By adding on that half twist, as your feet come to the mat, you're actually looking up at the ceiling. But you'll notice a lot of the great athletes will spot over the shoulder right there. She knows where the ground is, and that helps her find her balance as she lands. Beautiful.
The senior, former Pac-12 freshman of the year, 9-9 last week against the Cardinals. third 9-9 of the year. And as we projected, a big number for Shayna, almost a 9-9. Here is Hannah Scharf, a catalyst throughout this program, beginning the all-around the senior from Ontario, Canada.
Release combination up to the high bar, back salto down, pirouetting. Nice adjustment there, was a little late on the turn, but was able to do her circle around. Finishing full twisted double back. She has been a consistent performer for this team year after year in the all-around. When the pressure's on, whenever they need her, she always pulls through.
Second team All-American in the all-around of the regular season last year. Season high early on this year, 9875 last week. The Sousa gargantuan number 9925. These scores are building for California. There's Mila Zahn, the sophomore from Kent, Washington, igniting her all-around today.
Another 1.5 twist. A little hop forward, but she actually had more power. Perfect form in the air. Because that vault starts from a 10.0, if a small hop on the end, it should still lock into a 9-9. Perfect technique, comes off the table, has full extension through her hips, and really just a little shuffle forward onto her toes. But when it comes to the blind landing, you'd rather hop forward than be short, because that usually ends up in sitting down.
Should be better than the 975 she posted last week. Career best 9925. There's a number of the first shoe events this year. Sharp locked in 9-9. Best yet for Arizona State. Here's Emily White starting her all-around, the junior from Seal Beach, California.
Aggressive first cast handstand. Beautiful form work. Combination. Very confident in hitting those vertical lines. And that final one right there. Just that step on the landing. Beautiful form throughout that extension. You can see she has, I mentioned, that calm rhythm to her routine. She moves fluidly through the bar routine.
Coming off a 9.875 carded last week against Arizona. Back-to-back 9.925s for Cal. MJ Frazier will give you all of her credentials as the meet moves along, looking to wrap up this event in style.
Most difficult vault. Jacob double fall.
Hanging tough.
Wow. Very impressive. Not too many athletes even perform that vault. She had perfect form in the air and then fought for that landing. A lot of speed and power coming into the table, which is important. Nice push off of her hands, and then could have taken a step forward. She was a little bit on the front of the landing, but what she did so well was she was patient and she settled into the landing. So probably not a perfect 10 because of the balance on the landing, but that should be the highest score of that rotation.
You know the family. Older sister Marzetta, thankfully back from the broken foot at UCLA. Superfrost here for Cal. 9-9 week 2, 9.95 last week. White, a quality score. 9.85 with Sarah Clark, anchoring. Junior from Huntington Beach. First 3 events, everything but floor today.
Nice Jaeger flip. She had to take that step back, but good job for Arizona State. They had that stumble in that first routine, and then the back part of their long lineup stayed calm, steady, still finished with a strong rotation.
Well, at the outset, this meet living up to our expectations. As Amanda said, Arizona State able to bounce back after Gracie Reeves had the issues. Rotation 1 is to the heat. I sign up.